I'm Henrik Frank, work for a company named Amdocs. I'm their lead virtualization architect. Amdocs is a large global company, probably the biggest software company you've never heard about. We've got about 25,000 people, I think, globally. We do billing solutions and other big systems for phone companies and cable companies across the globe. The users I'm mostly responsible in the virtual infrastructure. We have about 1,000 or so. 600-700 of them sit over in India. They perform outsourced work for our clients, a lot of graphics work and things like that. We also have our internal Amdocs folks. We got 300, 350 or so of those on VMs also that I take care of. Life before Unidesk with VMware Horizon View was okay. I mean, we managed to get by. I was frustrated with the lack of flexibility. And there were so many issues we constantly ran into. You know, Patch Tuesday took forever. Everybody had to be the same on their VMs. We had more people supporting the virtual infrastructure before. And there were a lot of late nights and then weekend stuff where we were working on things because it took up a lot of time. Patch Tuesday used to be patch weekend for us, and then it really took the entire weekend to get all of our VMs patched. And you know, users would hate patch weekend because they'd get a VM back that wasn't like the one they gave up. It was recomposed, it was back to scratch, back to neutral, if you will, and no one liked that. Today, Patch Tuesday is maybe an hour. We put the patches on our OS layer, we test them real quick, and we push them out. And the real beauty is in the rare cases where something is not good with one of the patches. We've had to roll back patches in the past, and that could have taken up to a week of pulling our hair out, figuring out how to get patches out of there again. With Unidesk, you just click the button, roll back to the previous version of your OS layer. You're done in 5 minutes. You have rolled back the patch that you send out. We have a very small team now that handles it, and we've actually farmed most of the stuff out to our help desk. They handle all the day-to-day stuff. We have a very large application catalog. I mean, obviously we run the Office suite, we run Adobe's CC suite with Photoshop, Illustrator, and all those things in there. Oracle client. We run proprietary scanning software that we use. Editors, text editors, database tools, terminal emulation tools, X-Windows tools. There are a lot of things that have been challenged in the past. You know, we used to deal with thin apps. Thin apps are notoriously difficult to deal with, right? They like to run in a bubble, and you need to get them to communicate with the rest of the apps, and we had lots of challenges there. If you want to virtualize anything that has like a hardware driver or anything like that in there, that has traditionally been difficult. With Unidesk, I don't think we've ever found anything that we couldn't virtualize, and it's not like it's tricky either. You run the install, you know, and then capture the install, and that's it. You're done. It's very quick. I mean, in the past, it would be, you know, how long do you need to get this up? And we'd be talking months. And now, we like to say weeks, but in reality, it's really days. We still have a small infrastructure that doesn't run Unidesk, actually, and it takes so much more time. It's so much more involved, and the users tend to not like their VMs very much because they're not customizable. You know, everything is rigid. Whenever we do recomposes for them, they lose customizations, they might lose data, and it's a big deal. And it's a big deal for us too, because we have to spend so much more time maintaining the non-Unidesk infrastructure compared to what we do with the Unidesk infrastructure, which really requires very little day-to-day work. It really is night and day. You're able to now deliver virtual desktops to people that are really like physical desktops. They act the same. We have flexibility. People can have their own whatever applications they need, we can install on individual VMs. It's no more everybody has to have the same image. Patch Tuesday happens in almost no time as opposed to a full weekend before. And people can customize their desktops. They can do with it whatever they want, and we retain that for them. The support is outstanding. The people there are outstanding. They know you, they work with you, they care about you. And a lot of people like to say that they have that kind of culture, but Unidesk is one of the few places I've found where it's really true. You get instant help whenever you need it, and very, very knowledgeable help. We've never had an issue that took very long to resolve. And some, you know, on occasions, the Unidesk support has even solved issues for us that turned out to be not Unidesk related. So that's an amazing experience. You got to look at it because it will change your life. If you are managing any kind of VDI, it makes VDI management so much simpler. It makes it flexible the way that you would like it to be. You can mix and match applications. There's no rigid structure anymore. It's like having the same controls you used to have over a physical PC, but with all the benefits of virtualization at the same time. It's SCCM on steroids for VMs. Unidesk is one of those rare companies where when I first looked at the material, I thought, you know, it's too good to be true, because it always is when you see stuff that's really great. But in this case, it's like they delivered more than I expected. So I'm very happy, and they have made my life a lot easier ever since we implemented.